A very good morning to all of you. Yesterday, after talking about the three unities with reference to Aristotle's poetics, we went ahead with Indian classical criticism. So, we were talking about the theory of Rasa with reference to S.N. Dasgupta and his views, which are available in Indian Aesthetics and Introduction by V.S. Seturaman. He is the editor of the book. So, with reference to that, we started understanding the theory of rasa. I explained that rasa literally means juice or essence or taste, but it refers to the concept in Indian arts about the aesthetic flavor of any visual, literary, or musical work that evokes an emotion or feeling in the reader or audience that we understood in yesterday's lecture. Then we went on talking about the rasa theory and its assertions, and we talked about Bharat Muni's views, to some extent, of course, that was introductory. Then we referred to Abhinav Gupta and his famous critiques of Natya Shastra. Natya Shastra is written by Bharat Muni. And then we went on talking about the features of rasa. The lecture is available in a canvas. Those who have missed the lecture, they can go back to canvas and watch it, and at the same time the study material is also available, and the original PDF is also available in the reference section. In this part of my lecture, I'll be talking about the next aspect of the theory of rasa. Of course, we are talking about the theory of rasa. Within that, we shall be talking about bhavas in this Indian aesthetic theory of rasa. Now, what are bhavas? So the theory of rasa, rasa has its foundation, or rasa's foundation, we can say, is laid upon a particular view of psychology. Okay, it refers to psychology, or it has a foundation in psychology. There's a particular view of psychology which holds a personality, and according to which a few primary emotions live in the conscious and subconscious state of our being. Now, you are familiar with the term psychology. Psychology is the study of human mind. And this particular view has its base in psychology. It thinks that in our personality, there are certain primary emotions which subside or which reside in our conscious. We have already understood Sigmund Freud's theory to some extent, of course, introductory level. So, conscious and subconscious. We talked about ego and superego. So, I hope you remember. So, your conscious mind is your alert mind, which can observe, which can see. And in subconscious state of our being, there are certain emotions. So these emotions are vast, amusing, pathetic, heroic, passionate, fearful, disgusting, and wonderful. Means we have all these emotions. Means we have anger, we have what you call happiness, we have love, we have bravery. So all these emotions are there. So later on, peaceful, intellectual, and devotional were also added to the list. So these emotions are vast, amusing, pathetic, heroic, passionate, fearful, disgusting, and wonderful. At the same time, peaceful, intellectual, and devotional. And they're running in a permanent manner in our subconscious mind and conscious mind. These emotions are present continuously. They are running in a permanent manner. Therefore, they are called dominant emotions. The Sanskrit word to refer to these dominant emotions is sthai bhavas. Emotions means bhavas in Sanskrit, and sthai means permanent. They are permanently the part of our personality. So these sthai bhavas are permanently present in our mind, these emotions. So these prominent states determine particular internal temperament. Temperament means our way of thinking, our perception of the world, our attitude, our approach, that is internal temperaments. Our personality, we can say, is determined by these prominent states, dominant emotions, and they are regarded as the dominant characteristics of those emotional states. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are sad, sometimes we feel very passionate, sometimes we feel disgusting, sometimes we wonder over something. So this is what happens every now and then, and all these bhavas, emotions, are sthayi bhavas. They are permanently running in our conscious and subconscious mind. So they determine our temperament, our approach towards life, our attitude towards life, and at the same time, they, what we call, they are regarded as the dominant characteristics of these emotional states. So, according to Bharat Muni, who wrote Natya Shastra, the realization of rasa results from union of vibhavas, anubhavas, and vebhikari bhavas. So these are the three bhavas. Okay, sthai bhav we call them, and rasa. Rasa. Yesterday we understood our what you call evoking of emotions by after looking at a movie. Sorry, after looking at a picture, watching a movie, reading a poem, or reading any other literary piece, or we respond to that particular piece of art, literary work. So this is what rasa is. And rasa is the realization, the expression of all these emotions. These emotions, uh, are the result of what we call rasa. Sorry, rasa is the result of the union of bhavas. There are different kind of bhavas, vibhavas, anubhavas, and vebhikari bhavas. And when sthai bhavas unite with these vibhavas, anubhavas, and vibhikari bhavas, these three bhavas, one attains the quality of rasa. We can enjoy that rasa, taste, we can say. Yesterday, I explained the meaning of rasa in this context. Rasa stands for what we call your poetic sense, your understanding of art, or understanding of literature, understanding of any kind of literary art, we can say. So it is a kind of rasa, means the way you respond. So it is a, I yesterday used the word saruday, means having heart, and this heart responds to different emotions. So it comes out of these bhavas, sthai bhavas, vibhavas, anubhavas, and vebhikari bhavas. We shall understand them first of all, one by one, these bhavas, and later on we shall talk about rasas, different types of rasas. Now let's focus on the first bhava, that is sthai bhavas. We are Marathi speakers or Hindi speakers, and we are familiar with this word, sthai. Sthai means permanent, and bhava means emotion. Okay, so these are dominant and prominent emotions. So these are the permanent or dominant moods, we can say, and they are eight in number. These sthai bhavas are eight in number. So they include rati. Rati means love. A desire to love is a sthai bhava. Then Hashya. Hashya is being humorous, means to being what you call, Hashya means to laugh. Then Shoka. Shok means sorrow. Krodh, anger. Utsaha, enthusiasm. Bhaya, fear. Then we have Jugupsa means disgust, and Vishmay, wonder. These are Sanskrit words. So all these bhavas are called Thai bhavas. And even, there are certain other bhavas added to this particular list, 8 bhavas. Passiveness was added by Abhinav Gupta and Anandavardhana. So Bharat Muni had talked about these 8 bhavas, and passiveness was one more bhava added by Abhinav Gupta and Anandavardhana. Niskriyata, we can call it. Passiveness means we don't respond to anything, we remain passive. And these Thai bhavas are the basis of rasa and are supreme among all bhavas. So, if you haven't heard the lecture, means in yesterday's lecture, you may fail to understand the meaning of rasa. In the beginning of this lecture as well, I told you rasa literally means juice, and in literature or in Indian art, we refer to the aesthetic flavor. It refers to the emotional flavor, okay, added by the writer and understood by the reader, or what we call the spectators, audience. It is having sarudai, okay, means one who is having hard to understand the emotions without dryness. Okay, this is what rasa means. Okay, so you enjoy that, or when you see the emotional scene you cry. That is what your emotional response is. That is rasa, and this comes from your sthai bhavas. Okay, so many times we say he's like that only, he lacks this quality, he lacks anger, he does not get ever angry. So the sthai bhava is passive, or he does not have any feelings of love. He is very unenthusiastic. We keep on saying this with reference to sthai bhavas. Okay, sthai bhavas are the basis of rasa and supreme among all bhavas. And there are actually 49 bhavas. We are not going to talk about all those bhavas. We'll talk about only the means actually sthai bhavas, and then we shall talk about anubhavas, etc. And sthai bhavas are 8 in number. Later on, passiveness is added to this list by Abhinav Gupta and Anuvardhana. And sthai bhavas constitute the principal theme of composition. Means they run all emotions like garland and cannot be overpowered by them. Okay, all emotions are there. They run like a garland and they cannot be overpowered by other emotions. Okay, we can say that these bhavas feed and strengthen them and help them emerge as rasa. Okay, these emotions emerge as rasa. They feed them and strengthen them and help them to come out as rasas. Means they are in your conscious and subconscious mind, and they come out in the form of rasa, sarudayita, we can say. Then we shall talk about vibhavas. Now, vibhavas are the situations which are responsible to bring out sthai bhavas. Sthai bhavas are there in you, in your personality, and vibhavas are responsible to bring them out. There are two aspects. Vibhavas have two aspects. They are alambana and uddipana. Okay, means the persons in whose mind sthai bhavas run is known as alambana vibhavas. Okay. For example, the moonlit, spring, soft breeze, fragrance of flowers are uddipana bhavas. Moonlight, you can say. For example, when you look at moon, that would, now you might be knowing uddipit hone in Marathi, stimulating. When you see the moonlight, when you experience the spring, when the soft breeze blows, when you smell some fragrance of flowers, so they what we call evoke your feelings. So these are vibhavas. So vibhavas are kind of stimuli. Stimuli means something which makes you to get attracted towards it. For example, fragrance of flowers or soft breeze. Wow, we say wonderful. So you express yourself. That is your response to that stimuli. In psychology, those who have studied psychology, they must be familiar with these terms: stimuli and response. उद्दीपन आणि प्रतिसाद असं मराठी शब्द आहेत. उद्दीपित होणे, that is stimuli. Okay, after looking at something we get tempted, so that is what stimuli is. So vibhavas bring out your what we call emotions out, and sthayi bhavas, when they are, they run in a person, they are known as alambana vibhavas. Okay, they are there in a passive state of mind. Sthayi bhava, sthayi means permanent emotions are there, and they, one of the emotion is awakened. So that is alambana vibhavas, and then uddipana vibhavas means external things. When you see a beautiful flower, when you smell the fragrance, so whatever feeling you have, that is uddipana vibhavas. Okay, so that is stimuli. Then you have anubhavas. Now, what are anubhavas? They are their effect seen upon the character. Effect of vibhavas. When you smell the fragrance of flower, when you see the moonlight or something of this kind, beauty, when you feel the blow of the breeze, soft breeze. So the effect after that, whatever effects you experience, you undergo. So the effect seen upon the character after the emotions arise in the actor. So they are anubhavas. So they make spectators feel or experience abhinaya. Who? Actors. Okay, they make the spectators, audience, feel or experience. For example, I'll tell you, an actor can make you cry, can make you laugh, can make you feel, can make you imagine by his abhinaya, acting, by using dialogues, by using gestures, body language. So that is what anubhava is. We are referring to these particular things with reference to Natya Shastra. So after what you call seeing the action of the actor, so whatever you experience, that is called anubhava. And then there is one more bhava, that is vebhikari bhavas. Now these vebhikari bhavas are the transitory and temporary mental status. They are not permanent. Sthayi bhavas are permanent mental states. No, they are in your conscious and subconscious mind. Vebhikari bhavas are changing. They are not permanent. They are not consistent, and they are temporary mental states. They strike mind and become the cause of experiencing a permanent mood. And these Vebhikari Bhavas are 33 in numbers. Now, what are these Vebhikari Bhavas? They are the weakness, depression, anxiety, despair, etc. Sometimes you feel sad. Sometimes you feel fearful. You feel depressed. Kind of anxiety in your mind. These are temporary mental states, and they come out of, merge into that. For example, fear is the principal emotion. Okay, anxiety means fear. So that is the principal emotion. Or shoka means despair. So they merge with that. Sthayi bhavas. Vibhikari bhavas are temporary, and they spring out of principal emotions, spring out of your sthayi bhava. For example, when you see something horrible, fear comes in your mind. Fear is the sthayi bhava. Okay, so a temporary emotion which comes after looking at the, what we call these vibhavas, then time they run in your mind. They are temporary. They are like waves and bubbles. They come and go. You must have seen the wave of the sea. It comes and then it goes back. They are just like bubbles that appear and disappear. Many times, fear, for example, means anxiety. It comes in your mind and then goes away suddenly. So they appear and disappear as the mighty stream of dominant emotion flows on. Means sometimes you smile, sometimes you dance, sometimes you sing. So all these are, the emotions, which are awakened by your vibhavas, we can say. So the realization of rasa, as I said earlier, is the result of the union of sthayi bhavas, vibhavas, anubhavas, and vibhikari bhavas. And rasa theory draws a clear distinction between real life experience and an unordinary experience, that is artistic experience, art experience. When you see some mishap in real life, your response is different to the response in art. For example, you see some mishap in a movie, then time, or in a drama, then time your response is different. So our response in real life and the art experience are different. So in order to realize rasa, you must have adequate degree of intellectual and emotional ability, we can say, equipment. Sthayi bhava should be there. You must have the intellectual ability to understand a poem. You must have the intellectual ability to understand a drama. So this is how we understand bhavas. Now we shall go ahead with the next part of our discussion, that is rasas.